And the number of people seeking help here in the Houston area has gone up dramatically since the beginning of the year. And if you're wondering where to turn for help, our senior reporter Phil Archer has the details in this week's Stronger Houston report. He's live for us now in Southwest Houston with more. Phil?
Well, you know, the COVID lockdown, the economic crash, the civil unrest of the last few months has left a lot of Houstonians feeling overwhelmed, isolated, even suicidal, and the pandemic is still far from over. But help is available. Angelina Hudson knows about that firsthand. Long before the pandemic, she struggled to cope with caring for her son, Quentin, who was born severely autistic. 19 years ago, as a young mother, she felt hopeless and helpless.
I didn't feel like I knew what I was doing. I felt responsible for my situation. I felt that I brought it on myself, and I was isolated, and family members didn't understand. Yeah, I was desperate. I was sad. I was very sorrowful.
At one point, she says she considered suicide to escape a life she felt had spun out of control. But she found help through the local chapter of the National Alliance on Mental Illness. NAMI provides support, education, and referrals for people struggling to regain emotional balance. It changed her life. Now she works as NAMI's local program director. She says the stress and uncertainty and isolation caused by the COVID crisis has made it even more difficult for many people to cope than it was for her 19 years ago. And that's borne out in the numbers. In January, before the pandemic took hold, NAMI logged just 186 responses by phone or email to people needing help. By July, that monthly number had exploded to almost 3,000.
People are standing in line for food who've never had to ask for food before. People are getting notices about their mortgage that they've never received before. People are being laid off and actually coming down with corona, not being able to work or go back to work. So these are added stresses that parents and families are feeling that they've never felt.
In this situation, depression and anxiety are the two big crises, and everybody's got them.
Harris Center Crisis Line.
The Harris Center for Mental Health is on the front line of crisis intervention. It operates a crisis hotline for people who are in danger of hurting themselves or others, and an information call line for all things COVID. Here as well, business is booming.
When you have COVID stress on top of election stress, on top of civil unrest, it's just a big kind of perfect storm of having people respond in a way that makes them feel scared and nervous for their own safety and welfare.
Suicide is a big concern, and while statistics are incomplete, hotline workers say those calls are going up.
This is not a COVID pandemic that we're dealing with in the society right now. This is a social pandemic, and yes, it is killing people.
The big concern now among these caring people is getting the word out that there is help available before stress, isolation, and despair can kill. And that help is just a phone call away. If you need it, we'd like to help you find it. Go to our website, click to Houston. You'll find a complete listing of the services offered by those agencies and their contact numbers. Remember, there's no reason for anyone to go through this time alone. We're all in it together. Be well. Reporting live in Southwest Houston, I'm Phil Archer, KPRC Channel 2 News.